Hello and welcome, it's Frances here, and I just thought I'd do a quick video about this upcoming full moon. It's going to happen on 26th of May here in Adelaide. The full moon will reach its peak at 8:43 p.m. on the Wednesday. But not only is it going to be just a normal full moon, it's also a super moon, which means that it's closer to the Earth than normal, so it's going to appear larger in the sky. It is reported to be a blood moon, so it's going to have a red or a coppery colouring to it. And of course, it's also going to coincide with the lunar eclipse. Now, the lunar eclipse here in Adelaide is going to begin around about 6:17 p.m. Its peak is going to be about 5 minutes after the peak of the full moon, around 8:48 p.m. And it's going to be ending around about 19:20 p.m. So these are Central Australian times. Now, the reason I wanted to talk a little bit about this is because some of the websites that I follow in relation to astrology have indicated that this is the most pivotal cosmic event for May or even for the whole year. And they go on to say, and the first website that I look at is Pippa Astrology, and she's based in Sydney. She mentions that the eclipses follow the lunar nodes. So we've got the north node, which represents our Dharma, the path to a new level of consciousness, while the south node represents our karma. She calls them the soul's gifts, but also the blockages that we need to work through and balance within ourselves. Therefore, the eclipses offer a burst of intense energy to focus on helping us balance our karma and the processes that we need to step into a new level of awareness. Now, the Sagittarian lunar eclipse represents a higher mind and is the path to understanding our unlimited nature as well as how we limit ourselves. She reckons that this eclipse will enable us or bring to our awareness the ability to see these places within ourselves where we limit ourselves, but also what we reflect externally, where our karma stops us realizing our own abundance. And being a supermoon, there'll be an intense potency to this energy. The sun is conjunct the north node in Gemini and opposed the moon conjunct south node in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius represents the unlimited nature of the higher self within. Gemini is the messenger or the channeled within, receiving the messages from the divine self and manifesting them into a form such as words or ideas that we can deal with. The lunar supermoon eclipse calls us to remember the properties of our divine self. And Pippa Astrology also mentions or reminds us to think back to the Sagittarius solar eclipse that happened around the 15th and 14th of December last year, as that energy is now being drawn out into the physical world or into a new form of existence. The other website that I look at is Forever Conscious, and they describe the eclipses as veils between the dimensions, and at this time the dimensions are thinning. So they are a portal for the new or the higher state of consciousness. But they can also bring through deep emotions and also cloud us from getting ahead. So they teach us actually to surrender, to trust whatever is unfolding. The lunar eclipses have a theme of relating to release, as we are guided to let go of what we have outgrown. And Forever Conscious, and I haven't written this in my book here, have also said, due to the nature of this May super blood moon eclipse, We may also discover secrets or hidden information rising to the surface. It is this information that may inspire change or transformation, but it is this information that can also give rise to an awakening. Knowledge is power, and we may very well find that this new information can give us much needed clarity and answers to where we are heading and what our next steps will be. Just seeing anything else I have in my book, because there's been quite a lot happening at the moment. We've got Saturn going into retrograde, what's gone into retrograde, which relates to reflection on decisions made and what we need to take responsibility for, a practice of patience, of taking ownership for our actions, and things may be coming up to the surface now that we really need to resolve. Another entry here, this again is from Forever Conscious, is moving through a symbolic process of death and rebirth at this lunar eclipse, or sudden chance is taking place that we have to adapt and grow within. New wisdom and secrets coming to the surface that requires us to evolve or change our approach. And there's a stirring of deep energies. And then on the 29th of May, Mercury goes into retrograde. So it's a time for us to just pause and reflect, especially of all these energies that's happening at this forthcoming new moon. So I hope that sheds a little bit of light onto what this upcoming lunar eclipse will mean. And I hope you travel well through it. Blessings.